not expect a dirty and dust-covered basket made of white oak wooden strips to cause excitement. But there it was, in a storefront window, a piece of my family history. I couldn't wait to go and call my sister and tell her about this farm life heritage that would remind us of our grandfather's farm. It was a tobacco basket. These tobacco baskets were made in Kentucky beginning in 1750. They were later produced in the Yadkin River area of North Carolina from 1800s through 1960. The tobacco baskets were used as a key item and tool to take the crops to market to be bid on during their tobacco auction process. Each basket represented a family's hard work. It was their dedication to get that crop into the ground and to grow and nourish it till it flourished and then take it off to the auction. During the auction process, buyers would go and look at each unit contained within the basket, and they were checking for quality and quantity to see what price that basket would command. The farmers, of course, and their wives, perhaps, or their children, would be with them during the auction, and they would be nervous. They weren't sure whether or not the yield of that crop is going to provide them with enough income to survive the next year. Maybe it's going to be a good year, and there'll be money left over afterwards that they can buy a few extra things that weren't considered necessities, like food, shelter, and clothing. But for the most part, a lot of times, the farmers found that they had to scrape through and hope that with what they made from that yield, they would have enough money to replenish the seeds and start all over again for the next year. This tobacco basket is a sturdy unit. It's nothing more than white oak that's woven carefully together and secured tightly. This tobacco basket was key to the whole economic process because it kept the crop up and off the floor of a warehouse, and it kept it from being broken during the transportation from the farms to the warehouses and then off to their end user. That was my inspiration for designing a line of luxury jewelry. So you really wouldn't think that an ugly old tobacco basket that you might see in an antique store could actually become something that would transcend into beauty and luxury. But that's what I do. I design jewelry that honors our American history. Each of my designs I choose are based upon a woven element. This particular woven is just a series of over and under and a substantial support to carry that heavy crop. What I do in the beginning is I will sketch and design just to see if I can capture any portion of that basket that would be beautiful and that could be transferred into something that you would appreciate wearing that also might be a piece of your family history, since tobacco was one of our earliest cash crops in America. Once I have accomplished the design work, I set about doing wax carvings, and I also create CAD designs that I transfer into molds. With those molds, each piece of my jewelry is custom cast using either gold or sterling silver or a combination of those two precious metals to transcend into pendants, necklaces, rings, etc., whatever item you might consider as a luxurious jewelry item. But to take that one more step further, what I challenge everyone to do is to think about something that you might have seen in your family's history, or a basket you might see in a market, or something that would show or tell a story of our lives that are intricately woven together. These designs capture and hold a piece of history, and it just might be your own family history.